Very good. Before I begin, a couple words. First, my colleague from Vilnius, Startup Lithuania, she gave you a bit of an intro into Lithuania. And the core message that I am here to promote is very similar in the sense that Kaunas, well, Lithuania and Kaunas are relatively small in the context of the entire Europe. However, it's a very good place to start and develop a business, use it as a sandbox and a place to scale from. So moving on, you've heard about Lithuania. Let me tell you a bit about Kaunas. So this is what Kaunas looks like. We are a city between two rivers. We have big business centers on the sides, on the shores of each river. So a big business center here, another one there. Obviously, you have the old town in the middle. We have science parks on this side, and we have universities and manufacturing in the back there. So it's a very good mix of culture and infrastructure as regards economy boosting and innovative activities. Kaunas in itself is the second largest city in Lithuania and has about 300,000 people. So that is just some core information about what Kaunas is. So you have the knowledge now. I wanted to now you know Kaunas, I wanted to help you understand Kaunas better. So I will use an analogy of basketball. I do not know what national sports are of our viewers, but basketball is definitely #1 sport in Lithuania. And it has been part of our culture and core identity for a very long time. So just some factoids about this. Number one, our team from Kaunas Chargers has become the highest attended team in the EuroLeague history, and that is quite an achievement considering how relatively small we are in other EuroLeague members. But at the same time, this is driven by innovative technology. So Žalgiris ran a hackathon and they continuously invest in new technologies that relate to user engagement and sort of getting more higher and better experiences for the attendees of the game. So this is a very good analogy of Kaunas. It's a mixture of passion and actual hard skills in technology, and that's what I think makes Kaunas. So our overall mission is to give you a launchpad for your startup to scale from while using Lithuania and Kaunas as a test bed and a sandbox of sorts. Just some core information about Kaunas. So currently we have about 150 registered startups. Top sectors include enterprise software, fintech, which is I think comes more from Vilnius, and then health, mobility, and energy as our core verticals. These are important because they are driven not just by the selection of startups, but also by the engagement of the European Institute of Technology, which we are closely partnering with. So they support these areas, and obviously that has resulted in these becoming our top sectors. The focus is more on B2B. We do have significant early age support actors in Kaunas, so coming from universities, private incubators, pre-accelerators, as well as even Kaunas city municipality support is available. We do have test beds, and this is why I make the argument that Kaunas is a great place to test and develop solutions. We do have test beds for mobility. So, for example, Kaunas city municipality has dedicated a very large area in the city that can be used for mobility solution testbed for autonomous drones, cars, data collection. We do have a fintech testbed, so that is more to do with the Lithuanian Central Bank and its approach to working with startups. We do have a very big blockchain community. AI is obviously a priority for our tech university, and health, which is also important because we do have clinics and we do have hospitals in Kaunas, which are very happy to collaborate in testing out solutions relating to virtual reality, data collection, processing, even AI recognition of echocardiograms and radiology images. This obviously results in statistics which are skewed towards early stage companies, and our role in the ecosystem is to just help them convert into more mature companies. And once our startups become mature, they usually depart for larger capitals in Europe. These are some of the key stats. I won't go through every single one of them. This will be in the presentation that can be downloaded, but just some notes. One, coming from a university background, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about this. We are #1 in Central Europe in university business collaboration. This is partly to do with the university's entrepreneurial approach in working towards businesses, but at the same time also because of public funding and publicly funded instruments which are available for businesses to just write a project application and can carry out high value R&D work paid by the government with the universities. Also, obviously, a large part of the population is English speaking. We are the second in Europe in STEM graduates, and obviously coming from a university, if you collaborate with us, you get early access to some of these graduates that you can, hire for your startup, or just even get as interns, or hand out some of the work in forms of hackathons, which we also run. Moving forward, just some of the key unique selling points. Lithuania itself is very strong in doing business rankings and in access to public funding for R&D. We have a very positive patent box regime, and we are a fintech capital as a country. But Kaunas itself is a very good place to develop your startup, which you can reach Vilnius in 1 hour, depending on how fast you drive. It can be less than an hour, but at the same time, you have very good access to local talent. You have a free economy zone, and you have a very strong support ecosystem. Kaunas lifestyle itself is very active. We are very active in sports. It's a very green place to live. We like to go out in the nature. So, during weekdays, you can develop tech. During weekends, you can spend your time cycling around the forests or going to the lakes, or just enjoying the seaside, which is 2 hours away. Another very important point that I wanted to bring up is Kaunas is going to be the European Capital of Culture in 2022. So my point here is come and see us. I'm just jumping between slides. Come and see us in 2022. There are going to be lots of expositions, lots of museums, lots of artists here locally, lots of activities happening every month. So if you are in Kaunas in 2022, if you get in touch with me, I'll personally introduce you to the key ecosystem leaders as regards technology development. And I'll help you make a plan for what places to see and where to go, and how to spend your time around here. But just getting back to the ecosystem a bit more, there is a lot of help along the way, whether you are in TRL1 or somewhere in the middle. We have help or financing instruments or agencies in every aspect, in every part of your journey, whether it's the customer readiness level or technology readiness level. So this presentation will obviously be available for download. You can look at every one of these organizations and see how they help. And just to end, Kaunas from London Luton is a €7 flight. So really there are very few excuses for you to not come and not visit us. So I'll be looking out for you in 2022. So just drop me an email, take a photo of the slide, or I'll leave my contact info in the chat. I'll be waiting in the Q&A section to answer any questions, but please do get in touch.